Hello, my pot stirrers. Welcome back to another video. Tonight we're going to be making a sausage skillet. I've got my rice cooking in the rice cooker right now. We're also going to need sausage. I'm going to be using, it's called spicy Sicilian, but you can use any type of sausage that you like. We're going to need a couple cloves of garlic, diced up, a bell pepper. Now, the recipe calls for a red, but my husband doesn't like that. He only likes orange, so we are substituting with an orange pepper. Onion, a small onion, thinly sliced. It's hard to tell that they're sliced because they are still stuck together, but they're thinly sliced. We're going to need some olive oil, some frozen broccoli that has been thawed, and a can of tomato sauce. So let's get started with our skillet. So as I mentioned, I've got my rice cooking over here in my little rice pot. I'm doing 2 cups, but as usual, guys, I will be putting the recipe in the description down below. Okay, so I've got my deep skillet pan heating up over medium heat, and then we're going to go ahead and add in some olive oil. So our pan is nice and hot now. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a generous amount of olive oil. We'll get that nice and hot, and then we're going to throw in our garlic and just cook it until fragrant. Okay, I'm going to add in my garlic. I was expecting maybe it's not hot enough yet. I should have waited. There was no sizzle. So yeah, I was impatient and I added the garlic before the oil was hot enough. So it sat in there for about a minute before it started to do its thing. So now we'll just kind of time it out for a minute or 2. You know, we'll wait till that garlic gets nice and fragrant. Then we'll go ahead and throw in our chopped up sausage. Oh boy, do I certainly love that smell. I'm going to throw in our sausage now. And we're going to cook it. This is already pre-cooked sausage, so I'm not too worried about it. But if your sausage is raw, you're going to want to make sure it's cooked through. But I'm just going to let this go until it gets a little bit of color. So probably not longer than 5 minutes. Okay, that is looking really nice now, and I zoomed in to give a better angle. So now it's time to add in our broccoli. Mine is still a bit frozen, but that will be just fine. And these are huge pieces, my God. Huge florets. But that is fine. And we're going to add in our peppers and our onions. Stir that around. This is kind of like a stir-fry skillet. Stir that all around nice. And we're gonna want to take our can of tomato sauce, add that in there. And we'll add some salt and pepper. Give it some seasoning. And if the tomato sauce, like if it's really thick, then you can go ahead and add in a little bit of water or chicken broth, but I think I should be okay with just the tomato sauce. Okay, I just had to run and grab my salt. I'm gonna give it a generous amount of salt here. Need to refill my shaker, I think. It's getting low. And we're just gonna let this simmer now, guys, for 10 minutes. Okay, so I put the lid on and I'm just gonna let that simmer for 10 minutes, and our rice is done, so it's just staying warm in the rice cooker. Then we're gonna be adding it to our skillet after 10 minutes. So I took the lid off and I'm gonna keep it off and let it simmer like this for the last half of the time, so that that liquid can start to become absorbed. So we're in the last 2-minute stretch of the simmering time, and that liquid is still not really becoming absorbed, but maybe once I add the rice it will absorb a bit more. So I've never made this recipe before, and so if any of you can tell, I feel like maybe a little bit off my game just because I'm not really sure what to expect, but hopefully it will be good. And if it's not, it'll be getting a big X in my book, and I will let you guys know in the description my final review. So it has been simmering now for 10 minutes and all of the veggies are tender. So we're gonna go ahead and add in our rice. Okay, this is hot, so I'm gonna try my, oh geez, I didn't expect it to just plop out like that. Set that back in there. Stir this in. I made a mess on my stove. Stir it in. I'm not a fan of rice. I don't know if I've told you guys that before in a different video, but I'm thinking maybe with, like, when it's mixed in with all this other stuff, maybe it won't be that bad, but we shall see. So I'm just trying to get everything coated evenly here. Which maybe I'll do off camera. It's a time-consuming, long process. Okay, so I've turned off the heat and it looks like it's fully mixed. And my assumption was right, guys. The liquid from the tomato sauce did absorb into the rice. So that's basically the end of the recipe. So now I guess we'll get it plated and give it a taste and see if it gets a check mark in the book or a big fat X. Okay, so there we have our sausage skillet. I'm not sure what to think about this one, guys. I hope it's good, but I hate rice. So hopefully this is elevating rice, but if not, I'm sure my husband and my son will be happy to just eat it by themselves. So if you like this video, I hope you will give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm not really feeling my happy, like, cheerful self. I don't know, you know, maybe I'm going through a midlife crisis or something, I'm not sure. But whatever, at least I fed my family and hopefully it's at least a decent meal. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.